They talk crazy about society and how it was changing. They talk crazy, you know this life shady. They talk crazy, yeah, they talk crazy. They talk crazy, they talk crazy about society and how it was changing. They talk crazy, you know this life shady. They talk crazy, yeah, they talk crazy. Sit back and enjoy the talk with these beautiful ladies.
Okay.
Hi, hey, hello, and welcome to our show. I am Jaquel D. Bell, and this is my co-host. I am Nina Ross. Welcome to They
They
Talk
talk
Crazy.
crazy.
I just want to say you look amazing, my friend. Happy Halloween. I'm loving this costume. So can you
Happy
tell us a little
Halloween,
bit
guys.
about it?
Okay, so this is actually, I'm supposed to be a pimp, but I could also be a hoe. Either way it goes, I'm making money.
It's cute. It's my favorite color, red. I do. I love it. I can't wait to go hit the street, go trick or treating.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are you wearing?
Yes. So my costume is actually inspired by the movie Beetlejuice. I don't know if
Mm.
anybody has seen it, but I am Dolores, the ex-wife, who came back with a vengeance. Sucking the souls out of everybody that came her way. I figured it fit our topic perfectly since we were talking about COVID.
So, like, how has COVID affected you?
It definitely affected me. I feel like it's so many things, so many ways. It's not one thing that I can just pinpoint and say that in a way that it affected me. I think it was a really really critical situation,
Right,
and it affected so many people around me, from people who actually got COVID to people
right.
who passed away
Hmm.
from the vaccine. People, I'm still living through the effects of COVID. It needs to be over already, right? And that's another reason why I kind of chose this costume too, like death to COVID. Okay.
Right. You're done with it.
Yeah, it took away 3 years of my life,
Oof.
and I'm gonna need those back.
How many of
I
those
ref-
back?
yeah, all of them. Oh, what about you? I mean, how do you feel about it? Like, where are you now? Now that here we are in 2024, almost at the end of 2024, as a matter of fact. Like, how do you feel?
Well, I don't know. COVID is tricky. I think it's crazy how it affected everybody. Like, I mean, the world stopped. Everything was shut down. Everything was closed. Uh, that was really difficult to navigate. Like, just seeing things be completely different from our day to day norm. But I also feel like I didn't get the jab. Did you get the jab? Did you get it?
You know what? I do not feel comfortable disclosing my vax status, but but I will say, it definitely was a very, very scary time. Like you said, everything was stopped. Like our jobs were stopped. Planes were stopped. We couldn't travel.
Yeah.
Everybody had on masks. It was kind of like we were all brought to the same level. It didn't matter if you were rich or poor
That's
or middle
right.
class. We all were kind of like at the same level. It didn't matter if you were pretty, if you were ugly. But when it was over, if is it over? I don't even know if it's over. But when it was over, it
Mm,
was just like boom, go back to work. Kids had to go back to school. We were just back to our everyday lives, and I think that is where like the problem has come in because um I think about, my children
mm,
especially. um it was 3 years of her life that she kind of spent at home on the computer,
mhm.
and to me, that education wasn't as adequate as if she was getting that face to face
Oh,
education.
of course.
So, yeah.
That was a
So,
blank for me.
yeah, I think that mentally it really has just taken a toll on everybody. I don't think there's nobody that it hasn't mentally affected, whether
Right.
you actually got COVID, whether you knew somebody that got it, whether your job was affected by it. People lost jobs,
Yeah.
people lost homes. They weren't able to pay their rent. You know,
Yeah.
didn't happen for, a while into it. Um, and unfortunately, that caused a lot of people to be on the street. A lot of families, not just people, I mean families, people with children, It's
Hmm.
crazy. It was a crazy, crazy time. A crazy
But don't forget
I
the
mean,
people who. This was a scamming season too. This was a complete scam. It
I
was
know,
open
I
season to
know,
scam.
I
So
know.
we had unemployment on the rise. I mean, people was putting their kids on unemployment. You know, people stopped paying their rent, not because they couldn't afford to, but they like, I think I can get by and not pay the rent.
Mm-hmm.
So they did that. We
I
had,
heard a lot of that too. I know, really. I had people asking me like, "Are you paying your rent?" And I'm like, "Yeah," because why would I not pay the rent? Because I'm like, I can't take no chances like that. I don't want to not pay my rent and then be homeless. It wasn't no chat program, or because here in Nevada, that's what they called it, a chat program.
Mhm.
That's all I can say is just no thank you. But I know there are people who did need it.
Yeah,
Not to just discredit those who
yeah.
definitely did need it, because I know there are some people who did need it. But I was doing whatever I could do to make the money, even in the event of unemployment,
Mm-hmm.
so that I could pay my rent and my bills, because I just didn't want to take chances like that.
What was the other one? The other big scam everybody had going, and now
Oh,
everybody's going to jail for it.
it
Prison.
was PUA, right? Is that what they called it? The
No,
P
no, it was
was it the
something
P
else.
was it some kind of like SBA loan or something? I didn't get it.
It wasn't used wrong. Yeah, it was.
I didn't apply.
No,
I didn't get it.
didn't
So
qualify.
I don't know,
I didn't get it.
but hear me? Or you can.
I can
Can
hear
you hear
you.
me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure we'll cut that out. But yeah, I didn't get the loan. I didn't. Do you know people who got it?
I do, and they was up. It was balling. Okay. Now, do you remember that one loan everybody was getting, the PPP loan? Yeah, it was like.
A whole lot. I didn't want to have any parts of that. I just refused to.
I know a lot of people that got it, but I
Yeah.
didn't get it,
You-
Mr. Policeman. It wasn't me.
I was affected by the
Yes, I was in a relationship, a situationship during COVID. It was some bullshit, okay? And COVID, like everything, tough times, it just I think it magnifies, right? And it just shows the truth of the situation. So it allowed me to see who that person was for who they really are. But and that was probably one of the best things that came out of COVID. Yeah, that.
Yeah, really?
Hmm.
I get so much. It was not one area of my life that COVID did not affect.
Hmm.
Right.
I
So
agree.
no, serious. I'm like, from a divorce
Hmm.
to unemployment to jail to like my kids, like it was nothing that COVID did not touch
Didn't
in my
touch.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I bounced back. It took a while, but I'm here now. You know,
I
thank
had
God.
surgery during COVID, so going to the hospital was really different. You couldn't have visitors. Yeah, that was really really different. I had to go by myself. It was practically empty. The surgical area, emergency room was full, but it was like isolated with like tents and all this stuff. People getting screened before they can come in. It was a lot. It was a lot. It
Mhm.
was really scary.
Mhm.
It seemed like something off of a movie. It was a lot. Yeah, so I had my gallbladder removed and I really needed it gone. I thought I was
Right, of
dying.
course.
I didn't know every
What
time I
is
would
it?
get
No, what is
sick.
that? Because I don't know, and there's probably a lot of people who never went through having a. What happens? Does it explode? Does it? What happens to where you need to
So
get it removed?
when you have an overactive gallbladder, like that. Your gallbladder is like taking the acids, the oils, from the food that you eat, and allowing you to assisting with the process, right? And so it's like certain stuff I would eat, it would have me on the floor, like clenching my stomach in pain. And I wouldn't say anything, just moan, "Ooh," just in pain. So having it removed was the best thing ever. But the return after having it removed is, yeah, you gotta go to the bathroom right away after you eat. You got like 30 minutes. You got
That's
30 minutes to get to the
interesting.
restroom.
Interestingly, I'm glad you made it through that surgery. I ended up having a surgery too, and
Would you
it
get?
was not because I had to. It was elective, and I got a lot of, why are you getting on a plane going to Florida in the middle of the pandemic?
Oh
Gonna
yeah.
get vaccinated? Are you gonna like
Mhm.
you gonna come back here after you go to Florida? Because COVID cases were really like high at that time in Florida. So I had a lot of people that were really feeling some type of back to Nevada after, and plane tickets were like $20 to wherever you wanted to
And then,
go.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were like wherever you wanted to go, it was like $20. And we was just,
Please come let us fly you, please.
I was in New York. I was just going all over.
All over.
So I was
Trump
like,
is like,
oh,
stay home.
let's
You
do
like,
it.
I'm gone.
Yeah, I had a birthday party. It's not that I did not take COVID seriously, because it's probably going to be a lot of people who get mad at me because they like, oh, you just were. But I just was not about to stop my life, because I'm like, if God is going to take me out of from COVID, that's what it's going to be. What can I do? What can anybody do?
Mhm.
What could we do about it? It'd
Mhm.
be unfortunate, and I'm sure
Right.
it'll be my family and whoever would be sad and upset. But that's just what it is. So I'm not going to just live my life and want my final moments to be I'm sitting in the house curled up in my bed with a mask on because I was scared to go outside. Like, that just was not going to be that for me. So, and I know a lot of people who did that. And
Right.
anywhere
A
they
lot of
to
Floridians.
their house, they like, don't even come over. You take your shoes off, wash your hands. You got a mask. Don't come.
That was me.
You went to her house.
Do you consider yourself like a party girl?
Party girl. I'm not going to say that. I enjoy having a good time. I
Okay.
enjoy, living my life.
Hmm.
I enjoy living in my moment. It's not about a party all the time. Because, like, now I'm having a good time. Are we partying?
Oh, this is a turn up.
I'm like, are we partying?
No,
Like,
I'm
no.
not quite a party because
Um,
no niggas, but
you you could party without men. Men do not have to be there for it to be a party.
girl,
Okay,
look, I need to party where they are.
you
That's
like, no, that's not my
yeah,
type of party.
that's the kind of party I want to be at.
Yeah, men were actively dating too. So,
Oh yeah,
because I went on a few, like, I definitely was living my life. I did not let COVID stop anything. Like I said, I went through a lot from it, a lot of depressing shit, a lot of bad shit, just like everybody else.
yeah,
People died close to
yeah,
me, but I just wasn't gonna let it stop me in my life and what I was doing, what I had going on.
yeah.
What I had control of anyway. I didn't have
Right.
control over you know what I mean? People passing away or what have you. I got COVID. Did you get COVID?
No, I
Like, I
never
did.
got
I got
COVID.
COVID.
I
I
never
got it
got COVID.
twice. Two
Mm-mm.
times.
I never got it. You know what I say? I felt like, okay, so hear me out. I felt like me and my partner at that time, we had got COVID, but it was undiagnosed, right?
Mhm.
So it was the symptoms we thought we had that were being reported, but it's never been because the
Mm.
test came back positive or anything. So
Okay.
did I get COVID or did I not get COVID? I don't know. Did I get
You
sick? I did get sick at a point in time. Yeah.
y'all had got COVID, but
Mm.
nobody had any symptoms.
Mm.
Nobody had any symptoms.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's
we just
interesting.
right. And I'm like, right, we never had symptoms. The second time I got it, the same thing, never had any symptoms.
That's
But
good.
I think that the symptoms that I did feel were from the after effects, like the mental.
Mm.
I was stressed out, super
Yeah.
stressed for, yeah, it was just the after effects. And like I said, still trying to just push through and live my life like nothing happened, nothing was going on because, I couldn't let it stop me.
You know what I think? I think, and this is kind of like off topic or really frowned upon to say, but I think COVID was something that was initiated by the government, and I think it was all a ploy to like eliminate some of the population,
Mhm.
control our minds, like just to give it a test run and see how they can screw with society and the public, and how they blamed Asians for it, how they shut the churches down. Like the church, nobody ever shuts the church down. All the
Mhm.
churches were shut
Mhm.
down,
Mhm. Everything.
all the schools. Everybody's buying all the tissue. Everybody's buying all the water. It was like really, really,
Mhm.
really insane and super extreme. And then all the facts that they told us, turn around and they're like, oh, that's not true. Dr. Fossey now, he's saying that a lot of the things that he said then were untrue. And like, so who do you believe?
Mhm.
Aren't
Mhm.
you the representative for the
Mhm.
CDC? Like, why,
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah, I just COVID is still happening now. People are still getting COVID now, but people
Yeah.
aren't dying like
Yeah.
they were dying then.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that they
Yeah.
didn't get smarter or wiser on or educate themselves on how to handle this crisis. I'm sure that they did, but I don't think that all those people should have died, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. You don't want to know how many people died?
No, how many?
It was like 7,010,000 last time I checked in like April. But it was like 7 million across the world. That was like worldwide.
And then like
7.
your what is it, pre-exposed condition or something. So if you had a health issue, you were at higher risk. It's like, dude, you're trying to kill these people. You know, you guys were trying to kill these people, and were you really trying to help them? And then the poor, because you ain't hear about a bunch of white rich people dying of COVID.
You know, I did a lot of rabbit holing through conspiracy theories.
Uh,
I had a lot of downtime. So I was on YouTube. I watched like video after video on just conspiracy theories that rabbit hole from the military to what the former President Trump was saying. Um, to kind of
mm,
expose them and get them out of there. Corrupt from the child trafficking to the drugs and money laundering and moving around. Because, like I said, if you think
mm-hmm,
about the Vatican or the Catholic churches connected to it, it was a lot of molestation going back.
mm.
So I remember hearing either you were going to die of COVID or you were going to be exposed of the things that you were
You
out
would
here
do?
doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you was a choice they had. If not saying that allegedly a lot of people might not have necessarily died of COVID, but they chose to die of COVID. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
wink, wink.
I can get with that. I definitely would believe it.
Yeah, and like I said, we're still even seeing the effects on it now because I'm sure when you think about the Epstein Island and all that stuff, it all trickles down into the even smaller people you see now being crucified, like Diddy and
I was just about
you
to say,
know
you think he did it? You think
Diddy,
you think Diddy did it?
Diddy. I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't there. It's not my business. You didn't get me, so I wasn't there. You know what I mean? I don't know. As far as children, that's definitely drawing the line. But any adult that was there over the age of 18 was, I'm sure, maybe, I don't know. I then again, I can't say that. I was listening to this. I was listening to a girl talk last night. She was a lawyer. I wish I knew her name, but she was reading, I guess, through court documents
Mm.
from the Diddy case, and
Uh-oh.
she was saying that it was a girl who was on a podcast who actually spoke about him that said something bad, but he knew her. He was actually connected to her in some type of way. And he ended up having a meeting set up with one of her close friends, and he ended up showing up at the house. And when he got to the house, he had bodyguards and a few people with him, and they proceeded to oil this girl down with the oil stuff, the blink twice oil, and then and they doused her with the oil and then proceeded to just, to rape her. This is what she says in her story. And I was thinking to myself, she said when they were done, she couldn't move. She was just laying there like starving and just you know. So I'm like, okay, it could be people who were grown, adults not even knowing what they were really, really about to get themselves into. Like I said, Blink Twice. Did you see that movie?
Did see Blink twice.
Like Zoe Kravitz, she did an
Oh yeah.
amazing job. I love
Dude
it.
from that was dancing, the white boy. What's his name?
Channing Tatum is
Channing
Channing
Tatum.
Tatum.
I liked it. He did
Yeah,
his shit too because
yeah,
I
he
didn't like
did.
him. So he was really, really good because he
That's
made me
that's
not
her
like him.
husband. That
Oh, they're married. I like
but
it.
anywho, in the movie, you know how when they sprayed the perfume,
Mm-hmm.
what was it? What happened? Did they just like they forgot or it took them somewhere else? I didn't really like grasp like the concept of like is it were they losing all like sense of self when they sprayed this perfume or were they just forgetting when they sprayed the perfume?
They were forgetting. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, that makes more sense. I guess so. But okay, well, in this case with the baby oil, it was more like losing sense of self, right? Because you can't move. You.
But okay, so if you look at the real court documents, it never
Yeah.
says that the baby oil has GBH or GB, whatever the drug is.
But it did. I did hear that.
You hear it all over, but the court documents, the federal government never said that. They never said that.
Yeah, I
That's
get it. I
everybody
get
else
it.
saying that.
You
But
well, if that's the
I
case, it's everybody else saying all of it because I
yes,
haven't heard the court anybody. Matter of I haven't heard a court say anything. I've only heard his lawyer right do a press conference, if I'm not mistaken,
the
right?
DA made a press conference, and
Did
he's
they?
black,
And
and he is something. He is handsome. I'm gonna say that.
is
Okay.
he?
Oh
What is
yeah.
his name? Do you know his name?
No, I don't know his name. We can look it up
Yeah.
because
Okay.
he's cute. But he did a press conference and he talked about finding drugs. He talked about the thousands of cases of baby oil. He talked about guns as well and ammunition. So I feel like okay, if let's say everybody's lying, and Diddy never raped them, well, what he is gonna get charged for sure, is ammunition, the guns, and the drugs, for sure. What's the next topic?
So, what challenges have you faced basically adjusting to your new normal? What they call the new normal.
For me, right now, I don't have any challenges, But at that time, I think mentally adjusting to this is something that could kill me and my children. This is something that is very, very serious. And right now, because I have like this security blanket of, well, it's not as dangerous as it was then now, right?
Right.
You can get it and you can live.
Mhm.
Like people, like you said, you had COVID twice. Like so that makes the difference for me. Um, and the world's not shut down. It's not so scary anymore. But then I guess just mentally preparing myself for what could potentially happen that could be catastrophic for my family. But now I don't have those same concerns.
So, like being brought closer to your family because we were all like in the house together. Do you feel like the relationship with your family and friends has evolved? since we had more time to spend with each other.
So I know my kids were annoyed. They were annoyed with me. They were annoyed because I'm 100% helicopter mom. Oh, let's take our vitamins. Let me check your temperature outside. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Get your mask. Get your mask. Going grocery shopping. Do you have gloves? Do you have your gloves? I've got gloves. So they were 100% over me and my antics. But I mean, I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I
Right.
was protecting my family.
I don't think there was a right way or a wrong way. It was more about how you interpreted it.
Mm.
You felt like it was kind of more of a conspiracy to kind of like take people out. Um, Now that it, has come and gone, right? And that's not what you were thinking. You were actually living in that moment, like, oh my God, this is serious.
hmm
Like you said, you know what I mean? But then when it's all like said and done and we're back outside and we're back at work and we're back to school, it's like, was it a conspiracy theory or, was it real? Was it really taking people
I
out?
think like
It,
10% that, 10% this,
yeah.
put it in a pot and that's what
Hmm.
you get.
Yeah.
But I did have a COVID baby.
You did have a baby during COVID. I had
I
two grandchildren during COVID.
So people were fucking. Not as much as I would have liked it to happen, but
You-
it did crack.
Hilarious. Me and my kids definitely were stronger and tighter, but when it came to like outside family, like siblings and that type of stuff, it was a little different. Everybody
mm,
seemed a little bit
more
more
distance.
distant. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, just from what I noticed, my mother passed away, so
Mm,
um, of course, naturally, with death, people are going to come together. So we ended up, still coming together, but only I feel like because of that reason. It wasn't because like, it's a pandemic happening and we just need to be close because stuff is happening in the
right.
world. Like,
Right.
like
Right.
how it should have
Right.
been. That's how I feel family should be. Like, if there's something going
Yeah.
on, something happening in the world, like I shouldn't have to worry about going out to get tissue if my sister had
Because it
tissue
was like
and
an
vice
apocalypse. It was
versa.
crazy.
I feel like it was more of a separation, to tell you the truth. What you think with your family? Because I know you have family outside of your children. You talked about your children, but what about with your outside family?
I don't know. I was just thinking, like, so, when you have tragedy, I don't know if it's a black culture or if it's brown, if it affects a white, I don't know. But for black people, when tragedy does come knocking, like, you either get closer or you do separate. And that's just the way it goes. But for my family, we definitely did not get closer. No, not during COVID, not during any tragedy, not on Sunday dinner, yeah, not on a Tuesday. Dysfunction and toxicity.
I was reading a news article from the LA Times, and it was basically
Okay.
saying that depression was rising in
Oh
children
yeah.
across
Oh yeah.
the United States. Did you notice
Definitely.
it in your children? Did you notice any signs of
Yes.
depression? Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
my daughter, uh, my second daughter, she was super depressed because she's a social butterfly. So she really, really likes to be around, her friends, go to school, be in sports, super active. So having that taken away was an adjustment that she never did quite adjust to. And she was depressed. And then my oldest daughter, unfortunately, we did have a situation where we did have to get some attention mentally for her because she was so depressed and withdrawn that I couldn't help her. It was nothing I could do. And I won't say it was just COVID. COVID perpetuated the situation, but there were other things into play, that caused that. But it happened during COVID.
Right.
hmm
Right. Same for me. My youngest, the older ones were okay, but the youngest one, she seemed to have the longest lasting effect now here after COVID. So
hmm
another um you know me, I'm always comment creeping. I'm in the comments and just hearing what other people have to say and what other people think about certain
Yeah.
situations. And I've been hearing a lot about, or just seeing a lot about long COVID.
Yeah, that's crazy. Long COVID. Like, what? You mean you can have COVID for 6 months?
But
What did you guys make in that lab? What the hell?
whether you had it, whether you didn't, whether you knew somebody had it or didn't, like this is kind of like affecting everybody. Like I said, on that mental scale, but not even that, just how we move every day. You know, just what we're calling normal. They actually have like a name for it. It's like SARS something. Yeah, it is. It's. I should have wrote it down, but I was reading about it. And it had a lot to do with just what we were talking about, depression and the effects of it, right? So now what does everybody do? Like what, what are you supposed to do?
Mm.
The last thing anybody wants to do is take a vaccine now because you're got long COVID.
And then you see a lot of people who did get the vaccine, they passed.
So many people is mandatory for. Like I'm thinking like athletes, military.
Actors,
Yeah, they had to have it. No
doctors,
choice.
nurses.
No
Hmm.
choice. That's messed up. But I was watching a documentary. I don't remember what it's called. It was something very, very interesting. Like it was a documentary and it was on Twitter or X. And it was all of these like morticians and people who worked in the funeral home just saying that they had seen things in these bodies that they had never seen before, and they weren't
Mm.
seeing these things until the vaccine. I wish I knew the name of it, but that's
Yeah, if you guys know the name,
interesting.
put it in the comments.
Yeah, please put it in the
Tag us
comments
with.
because it was deep. I watched it and I was so stuck because I felt like somebody I know that could have been a reason why they passed, from getting the
Hmm.
vaccine because they did have underlying illnesses and
Hmm.
not necessarily they didn't get COVID, but they did get that vaccine and not too long after getting the vaccine they passed away. So it was like
Hmm.
interesting. This person was generally healthy outside of that one, underlying illness they had. But what if that illness counteracted with the vaccine, or who knows? But yeah,
Hmm.
it's a very sad. It's like I said, it's a sad situation. Um,
Crazy.
for 4 years. Or no,
Yeah,
when
that's
did
true.
it start? When did it
2020.
was it 2020? Yeah, 4 years. Like I said, I tried to do everything I could do to just keep trying to live a normal, regular life. The only positive I think that came from it was shopping on Amazon because yeah, no, seriously, I get everything off of Amazon now. My groceries, a lot of clothes. I went to the store at 2 and 3 and 4 in the morning when nobody was there.
Hmm.
Right. So I think it's nice to be able to shop online, and get my stuff delivered to my house.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
to shop online too.
You
I do. I
I'm
do.
sure it's a lot of us who do.
I
I got like
have so many carts just open, just
I'm
full.
it's like a every day. It's ridiculous at
Yeah,
this
like, oh,
point.
let me see.
Mhm.
What
Mhm.
is that? I didn't see that yesterday. With the President's Day sale. Hmm.
I know. You know, I do want to talk about. We were supposed to have a guest on the show, our first episode. Do you think it would have been wise to have like a guest on the first episode? Or
Yeah,
yeah,
that would have been nice. Yeah.
yeah. Well, they canceled. They flaked on us. So, um, I'm not gonna say any names, but
What you
we
flake for?
appreciate you. So when we blow up, don't be talking about can I come on your show? Okay, put that out there now.
Mm-mm.
But
Mm-mm.
if anybody is interested in coming to talk to us, you
You're more than welcome.
yes, anytime. Hit us up. Our Gmail, theytalkcrazy@gmail.com. Wait, what is it? Info@theytalkcrazy.com.
You can find it all in the bio. Okay.
follow us.
The link will be in the bio.
I
What is
mean,
it? Look down, look
right?
up. It's right here. Put it right here.
Yes, it's there. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
come
on
on.
a brighter side, I guess, of COVID, there have been people who have been out here definitely making some moves. Whether it was because of a PPP loan or SBA or whatever they did to get to where they are, there are people who were out here definitely making moves because
Hmm.
I think the most businesses open that had ever been open before. People were
Yeah,
filing
yeah.
LLCs and INCs
More
left
than
and right.
any other time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And a lot of them became real successful. People got real viral
A
overnight.
lot of
What's happening?
cars being bought
You,
during COVID. No, you can't go nowhere,
you
nigga. Everything closed. But everybody had a Benz. I know that.
I I bought a car during COVID. You gonna be
Did you?
I thought I was doing everything. Don't leave
Wait,
me
time
out.
out.
I
What kind
did
of car
it.
did you buy? What kind of car did you
Yeah,
buy?
I bought an Audi, so not a Benz.
Oh,
All the hotels were closed. No
mm-mm.
cars.
Yeah, they were closed. The hotels were
Every
closed.
no, there was no people walking.
And they
Like
wouldn't let you get a room unless
no
you had
restaurant.
documentation that
No,
you
no,
were
no,
in that
no.
area
They
for
were
work.
closed, period. At this point in time, there was no room at all. Like the hotel, they had literally the doors of the hotels were boarded up with wood. And I was driving, like I said, I went down the street multiple times because I just wanted to see it because I was like, you will never see anything like this
You would
ever
never. Did you take
again.
pictures?
And I didn't because I was driving. But I know people who did take pictures, but like I said, it was definitely a sight to see. Like I've never seen it before, and yeah, it was interesting. There was nothing moving here, but
Nothing
the
moving. No.
animals.
Right, right,
but
right. That's about it.
but like I said, there were businesses still booming, and a lot of it was online.
Mhm.
And then there were also people who took negative situations from COVID and turned them into more positive things. Like it was a lady that I seen on Facebook. I think she was out in Florida. And shout out to people in Florida too. It's really unfortunate the hurricane, everything that happened out there.
Oh yeah, they're going through it right now.
Yeah, I think currently they were in like a freeze warning. And I'm like, it's just
Mm.
thing after thing after thing. And I could talk some more about a conspiracy theory because I've been reading a little about some of that stuff
That rabbit
too.
hole for that one
but
too.
but this lady, I think she's down in Tampa, and I think her name is Ortega Bryant. But she's a mental health coach. I guess she went through a lot of negative things, through COVID, like deaths in her family, just a lot of depression and being
Mm.
stressed. And she turned it into a positive, and she's out there coaching people and doing women empowerment events, all over the place. So anybody see her, look out for her because I thought that was really cool. And then it was another woman who wrote a book, and I think her name was Shawana Mason. And the book was called Unbreakable. It's not easy,
Yeah.
moving
No, it's
past,
not.
everything that we have been through, So, um, like I said, here we are in long COVID.
Here we are in long COVID. I
Right.
don't know. They say it's not no longer COVID time, right?
I
And we
don't
don't have
know.
to wear our mask. In Florida, I don't think they were wearing masks at all out there, but
Really?
because they were still partying, gathering in groups and
Yeah.
stuff. But I don't know. Now they're saying COVID is not. It's not COVID anymore. Not COVID time anymore.
Yeah, because it's long COVID. That's why.
Yeah, because it's long COVID.
I mean, shit. Oh, what else could it be?
What'd you see?
Okay, so yeah, back to this comment creeping. Um, somebody on Threads was saying
Mm,
they're dealing with their long COVID nightmare, and
mm.
they're feeling like they wish COVID would have just ended it for them a long time ago. You know,
Yeesh.
I know, like that's crazy. I like, I mean, because that's really sad that people, like I said,
That's really
are
sad.
still out here dealing with the effects of it. The holiday times are coming up, and family members are not here.
Mm-hmm.
We're still adjusting to a new normal. I'm a stylist, and I still see clients who wear a mask. They still come with a mask on.
I'm not gonna lie. It's sometimes I wish I did have a mask on
Yeah,
when people cough. When people cough, I immediately look at them like, and you didn't cover your mouth? Like, what
and
the fuck?
I think
Cover
that's
your mouth.
definitely. We already looked at people kind of side eye when you didn't cover your mouth when you cough, but now nobody can cough. You just don't cough in front of anybody. It's your best bet. Just choke to death. Don't cough because
Choked to
you
death.
got COVID. You don't
And
cough.
I'll say it too. Cough and cover. Cough and cover to your face. Cough and cover.
It
You
wouldn't
know?
matter if
And
they
they just
do
look at
cover.
me.
It ain't gonna matter. You could do this, do this.
I don't like this. This cough is the cough I don't like. What are you doing? Put it in your
You
hand and go
hear
wash your hands.
somebody
Put it
cough.
in your shirt.
It doesn't matter. You're gonna hear somebody cough, and you're still going to give them a side eye and look at them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And everybody does it.
Oh, and don't sneeze.
You.
Don't you dare sneeze. I gotta leave the area. You
Why did
sneeze,
you
I gotta
even
go.
come out the house, huh?
Come on, take your
You.
sick nigga. You know you got COVID. Yeah.
Why?
Hey, look, this is so funny. I'm at work and I go upstairs to do my job, and one of the doors is closed, and the guy says, "Oh well, John has COVID." I don't know how fast I ran down them stairs. I almost tumbled
You.
and rolled up. Like ain't he got COVID? Like the COVID is gonna seep through the door and get me. Like that's all I thought. Like oh no, did he
COVID
touch
is
these
not
handrails?
coming through any doors. It's not.
The ignorance of it all, right? And I'm aware. I'm aware. Did it stop me? No, no. I
Of course
left.
not.
Like
You. The
see
whole
ya.
area is tainted now. It's
I'm not dealing with that. I can't take
quarantine it
COVID home to
all.
my kids. Are you serious? If I get
No,
COVID, who's gonna deal with me? Like nobody.
I
I gotta.
understand.
Mm-mm.
1000%, I understand.
And
Um.
when we talk about the effects of long COVID, people don't understand what that really means. Like these people can't breathe.
Mhm.
Like they have
Mhm.
serious
Mhm. And it's
issues
true.
with just
It's true.
getting their breath, holding their breath. Like it's hard for them to walk
Mhm.
from here
Mhm.
to there, like 10 feet without, they can't breathe. So the long effects of COVID is not just like a fever or a
Right.
cough.
No, it's not just a
Mm.
mental thing, right? It's a lot
No, no,
of
no, 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 no,
like
no,
these
no, no.
really having physical ailments.
Elements.
Yeah. Uh
Yeah,
huh. Uh huh. That's really, like I said, that's so sad. It's so unfortunate. I pray every day because it could be any one of us at any
true,
time because, like I said, COVID is
true.
still here. So
Yeah,
and that's whether you got vaccinated or not.
it's not discriminatory,
Yeah,
okay?
is whether you got vaccinated or not.
Like any of those immunizations, though. Not just COVID, like any of them. Like, why am I like the flu shot? So, we're gonna give me the flu in hopes that my body can adjust and fight the flu. And then what if it doesn't?
Mhm.
So now I'm just
Mhm.
stuck with the flu. So, you're gonna give me COVID and hope that my body can like heal itself, work it that way out. No, remember that movie? You remember that movie? It's like a cartoon, something Jones, Osmosis Jones,
Oh
where
yeah, so gross.
that
That
was a
was
good
so
movie for
gross.
kids though, to just
Yeah.
show
Yeah.
like how
So
colds happen,
disgusting.
how sicknesses and germs spread. Like
Oh,
it was actually
that
really good.
movie was
They should do one for
disgusting.
COVID.
That was COVID.
That was COVID.
That was it.
That was the
That was
COVID.
disgusting. Yeah, that was it right there.
The dad was pretty nasty. He was nasty. He was. What was his name? That's not Jim Belushi, huh? John Goodman.
Remember
No.
that movie is quite old.
Oh, I'm telling my age. Oh, okay.
Oh, like that movie
It,
is quite old. I know we could probably just go on and on and on about COVID forever, but I really, like I said, I wanted to talk about it today because I feel like it's just time to put a rest to it. Let's have a funeral for
yes.
COVID. You know, some final
Rest in peace.
words for COVID. That's really what this was, and just be done with it because I want to be done with it in my life and I want to move on. And um, I just think that if anybody is, depressed or, and just in a bad place, just talk to somebody, reach out to somebody, get some second opinions because
Yes.
there are people there who can relate and are going through what you're going through,
Mm-hmm.
that will have empathy, for you or empathize with you, even if they're not, going through it. But just reach out to somebody. Don't feel like you are all you have because that's definitely not the case,
Not the
not for
case. Yeah.
anybody. Yeah, because there's
Yeah.
hotlines and with all this social media, you can hop on and have a friend in a minute. Like, so,
Yes.
like just don't feel like you're alone and reach out to, whoever, anybody, just
Someone.
out to
Anybody.
somebody, don't just feel like you're
Mm-hmm.
alone and of every somebody called me it's not fair to your family. It's not fair to yourself,
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
people who are in these situations that are feeling like this, they really, really should think about the effects that it's having on other people when you speak like you ready to end it all, or even if you decided to actually do it, just think about how everyone else around you would feel, because you just never know
Yeah.
who you're touching or who you are making an impact on, in this life right now. It could be somebody at your job who's looking up to you
Very true.
and everything you do inspires them. You never know. It could be somebody at your school, if you go to school, that is looking up to you and is inspired by you in something that you're doing, the way that you dress, the way that you speak, the way that you walk. Like it is so many things, Don't give up so easy is my
Amen.
best advice.
Mm-hmm.
Not easy for anybody. It's hard for all of us. Nobody
Yeah.
had an easy time going through the situations that we just went through, you know.
Life be life.
Yep. Yep. So I guess on that note, we're gonna go ahead and tell everyone goodbye and thank you for joining us, in this critical conversation. Like what the fuck? COVID. It
It
is
needed to happen. It
you
needed to
right,
happen. I'm
right.
glad
Because
it was
it
the first one so we can get happy Halloween,
yeah,
everybody. Let's
Halloween
say
and thank you
that.
for joining us. And we hope that you join us again on our next episode. Have a good one.
Yes.
Good night.
Bye.
They talk crazy about society and how it was changing. They talk crazy, this life shady. They talk crazy, yeah, they talk crazy. They talk crazy, they talk crazy about society and how it was changing. They talk crazy, this life shady. They talk crazy, yeah, they talk crazy. Sit back, enjoy the talk with these beautiful ladies.